Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy BULLBOYKENNELS, and yes, I just want to talk about something that may end up being a little long video. I'm not sure. Could be short. Who knows? Anyway, I just want to talk about launch consoles, and as far as my experience with them. Truth be told, you know, aside from the Atari, 2600 days, back when I was a youngster, that was the first, well, actually, that was the last system I ended up playing. I didn't play consoles again until Nintendo 64, the Mario Kart, the PS1, PS2, the original Xbox, the 360. And to give you a little idea, I didn't go to the original Xbox until after SOCOM 2. I was pretty much, I still play some PlayStation games, but as far as the shooter thing was concerned, after SOCOM 2, before the end of it, I ended up going to the original Xbox and started playing Rainbow. That was my reason for going to the Xbox, or the Microsoft system, was to play Rainbow. And then, of course, I went to the 360. And after the 360, I ended up going back. Well, I ended up going to the PlayStation 3, which was about 2 months after a Metal Gear Solid 80 gig bundle had came out. And my reason for, coming back to PlayStation with their current gen systems was mainly to play SOCOM. When I found out that SOCOM Confrontation was coming out, that was my whole reason. No other reason. That was the only reason I came back to the PlayStation, because I really, at the time on the Xbox, I really didn't play very many games. It was more limited to what I played, and it was predominantly just shooters. Where on the PlayStation, I always played a variety of games, a lot of platformers, RPGs, all kinds of shit. Like on the PlayStation system, I always played a lot of different games. Whereas on the Xbox, it was more of first person shooter, first person shooter, first person shooter, first person shooter. So it was kind of like the same old shit over and over for me. But that was just my personal thing. Now the reason I'm bringing all this up is because when the 360 first came out, I believe it was in November that it originally had came out. During its launch system time. I didn't get the 360 until its second shipment, which was in April at the time. So it was like several months after when I ended up getting it. So other than that, that was probably the closest to launch date system that I ever got. Never got one on launch date. So with these new systems, the PS4 and the Xbox One, as far as I'm concerned, the PS4 will be the very first system that I do get at launch. So that is something very different for me. It's definitely not the norm. I have never gotten a system at launch. Be it money. I have bills to pay, so bills are more important. Getting my bills paid is more important than having a fucking console. But this will actually be the first time where I do get to be able to get the console at its specific launch date. So I know with many of us, we're all definitely waiting for that time to come. So that's definitely a great thing. Now, unlike my friends who want to keep reminding me how many days we got left to go, I personally just keep it out of my mind. I mean, I know what dates they come out on, but at the same time, I try not to think about the dates they come out on. With that being said, I mean, I do have other things that are coming in that I've ordered, pre-ordered, such as movies like Superman, the Man of Steel, comes out on Tuesday. As long as they don't also change the date, IP Man 4, I will receive on Tuesday as well. I believe it should be Tuesday. So once I get IP Man 4, then my whole IP Man collection will be complete. Only other one I'm waiting on, and unfortunately, Amazon sent me an email a couple of days ago saying that they don't have a date on when the Grandmaster will be released, but it originally was supposed to come out I think around the 24th or 26th of this month, but other than that, shit, just gonna have to wait really. To be quite honest with you. But I know once I end up getting them, as far as my IP Man movies are concerned, they will be complete, and I will be very happy. And then other than that, it's pretty much just the launch date of these consoles. Be it a PS4 or the Xbox One. On their respective dates. I know for some people, they'll be getting both, and that's great. I, for one, if I had to pick one, then of course, my choice is the PlayStation 4. More so because of certain titles that tend to come out on the PlayStation that don't come out on the Xbox. And there are there are a few games on the Xbox One that I would like to play. However, one of them is Titanfall, which undoubtedly is not coming to the PS4. It is a straight micro. I guess it would be a Microsoft exclusive. It's not an Xbox exclusive, but it's a Microsoft exclusive. Unless they're having to put the shit on Linux, then it won't even be an exclusive for them. But I don't know that part yet. So I mean, that is a game I would have liked to play with my buddies and friends. Titanfall does look to be very good. But however, if I'm going to play the true next gen version, then I'll be playing it on PC because even with these new systems coming out, and they might call them next gen or whatever, these motherfuckers ain't next gen at all. They're not. And if you believe that they are, then you're blind. But that's not to say I'm still not excited about the new consoles. Because I definitely am. I'm excited to see what they have to offer, what's going to be coming out, the IPs that will be, derived from this new tech that developers will have in their hands. So, with that said, yes, I am very excited. And, I'll be like the rest of you guys when y'all get your new systems, be it the PS4 or the Xbox One. I'll be over here giggling like a motherfucker, man, ready to play. Even at 40 years old, nigga, I'm still gonna be happier than a son, bitch. Be like a little kid in a candy store. Like, fuck yeah, it's time for them games. But it's also a matter of me finding time to play this shit. A lot of times I tend to get games and I don't really have time to really be playing all this shit. And some shit ends up getting put on the back burner, which ain't cool, but hey, it is what it is. But eventually I'll get to them. I'll still have my PS3 so I can finish up games that I have and go back and let my family members, my kids, nephews and nieces, they can still play the shit that I got. So as far as me getting rid of shit, nah, I'm not one to really get rid of stuff. But I do like to collect certain things. So with that said, my PS3 shit will be here for a while. It's definitely not going anywhere no time soon. But other than that, hey, I will see you motherfuckers on the launch of these systems. Actually, I'll be at the launch for the Xbox One as well because my best friend is getting it. So hopefully I'll have a video of that. Which is cool because I'm getting a PS4 and my best friend's getting the Xbox One. So either way, I get to see what you know Microsoft has to offer, and he'll get to see what Sony has to offer. Whether we like what each other has, that's another story or another question for another day. But for now, you know, at least he and I get to see both sides. So that's definitely a good thing. Other than that, if you like the video, make sure to thumb it up or thumb it down. Whichever one you think it deserves. Share it with your mama, your cousin, your auntie, your grandmama, and your whole family. Anyways, as always, it's been your boy BULLBOYKENNELS. Keep on scratching. Peace. I'm about this bitch, son.